want to thank you for joining us here on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and our friends from Heartland for Children are in to talk to us about foster and adoptive care and how you can make a difference in this community. And I want to introduce you to Carmen Walker. She's a foster care recruiter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And also Tracy Deal, also a foster care recruiter for Heartland for Children. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Talk to me a little bit about the mission of Heartland for Children. What does Heartland for Children do?
So Heartland for Children is the not-for-profit organization that contracts with the Department of Children and Family for the state of Florida that oversees all of child welfare for Polk, Highlands, and Hardy County.
So part of your mission then is the recruitment for foster families. Talk to me a little bit about how children get in the foster care and you guys help them find foster families.
So when an abuse call is made, an investigator will go into the home and assess to see if it's a safe situation for the child. They always try to keep the families together if at all possible, and so if there's a way to set up a safety plan or put certain supports into the home, then they'll do that. If the investigator deems that it's just not a safe situation for the child, then they would be removed at that time. Some of these children might go and live with relatives. Some of them might go and live with family friends. But if there is no adult able or willing to take them in, then that's when they would go into foster care, which always kind of blows my mind to think about because, you know, if something were to happen to me and my husband, there's just such a large group of people that would step in and help. So for these families that have, don't have that support system, that's a pretty dire situation to be in, which is why it's so important to have foster parents that can step up and meet that need.
I was reading on the website, you guys are like 70 families short. Is that in the ballpark?
83.
83. Wow.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So someone sees this and they want to help. They want to be a foster care family. What's the process that they have to go through? What can they do to make a difference in this county? Hardy, Highlands, Polk, it doesn't matter. Talk to me a little bit about what they can do.
Sure. So Carmen and I host information nights twice a month. We try to spread them out all over all 3 counties of where we host them. And it just gives general information about how to become a foster parent. So once they attend that information night, they fill out some screening forms. They would attend the necessary training classes. We do home visits, background screenings, obviously. And then the family would be licensed to become a foster parent.
Talk about the difficulty that the children are in, no fault of their own. Mm-hmm. They're in a situation where their parents are in a situation and all they need is love, understanding, and guidance, and where the foster families come in.
Yeah, again, like you said, this is not the children's fault that they're in this situation. It's very difficult. You know, here they are oftentimes removed from their home, removed from their family, which regardless of the situation, that's their parents and they love them. And they don't really, a lot of times, understand why they're being removed from care. And they just need somebody to get them through that period of time, and hopefully reunification is the goal and that we can get them back with their families. But a lot of times, they just, like I said, they don't understand why they're in this situation, and it's really challenging for them to not understand and then be placed in a stranger's home. And hopefully Carmen and I's goal is to find people that are going to love them through that period of time and get them through that so that they can have a better understanding and feel safe.
Well, Carmen, if somebody becomes a foster parent, what's the usual amount of time? What has to happen? There's things that the foster families have to do, but yet the parents have to fulfill their obligation to the court system. Kind of run us through, not necessarily a timeline, because there isn't necessarily a timeline, but the events what a typical maybe 3 to, give me a rough estimate in time.
Yeah, so once a case is opened, the parents are given a list of things that they're going to need to accomplish in order to show that they can create a safe home for that child. So the goal for permanency, so the goal for the child to either be reunited or enter into adoption is 1 year, so 12 months. The average is probably closer to 18 months. But again, like you said, each case is different. Whatever happened to land that child in foster care is completely different from family to family. And so sometimes it's a shorter period of time and sometimes it's a longer period of time. But those are the averages.
Tracy, talk to me a little bit about success stories, because there have been children that have gone through the program and been adopted out. And tell me a little bit about how that works.
Right. So at the end of the period of time where we've tried to achieve reunification, if it doesn't occur, then the child would be eligible for adoption. Sometimes the foster families will adopt those children that have had them for that period of time. Sometimes a family member will come forward and they can adopt that child. Otherwise, there's a process that we provide that if somebody is interested in adoption, they can go the adoption route, and which is strictly going in to adopt children that have been, their parental rights have been terminated. So I myself have adopted 4 kids through the system, directly from, 2 of them directly from birth into adoption.
So those are 2 success stories right there.
And Carmen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the other side, I had a couple of kids in foster care a year or 2 ago, and they were 1 and 2, just the cutest little bundles of joy. And we were able to, have a good relationship with their mom and dad. And mom and dad were young, did not have a lot of support themselves, which, just thinking about me as a parent, I don't know how people parent without a lot of support.
Yeah. Oh.
It's hard. And so yeah, just being able to form that relationship with this young mom and dad and assist in certain ways, build that, and they were able to go back with them, and we still have a relationship today. Our kids FaceTime with each other, and just seeing them have a successful family is amazing.
You work on the front lines of this day to day. You recruit. What is your selling point in telling folks the actual job that they're going to be undertaking and the difference they're going to be making in this child's life?
Yeah, I think it's easy because it's worth it. It's always worth it, no matter if it's very difficult, no matter if it's full of joy. But the selling part, in my mind, is easy because it's always worth it, because these children are always worth it, no matter what the circumstances or who they are. So I think that's something that when you foster, you can always kind of lean on, that whether you feel like you had a successful day or not, what you're doing is just
making a difference.
Incredibly important. Yeah.
Tracy, I'm going to give you the last word on this. We got about a minute left. Recruit. Let people know to at least look at this in a way that knowingly they're going to make a difference in a child's life, whether it's 3 years, 3 months, 3 days, no matter how much time they put into it. Recruit and let them know that they're going to make a difference.
Absolutely. I think the biggest deterrent is people will say, I couldn't do it because I couldn't love a child and give them back. But our goal is not to think about how we feel. Our goal is, as a foster parent, is to think about how that child feels. And if you can put enough love in that child in that short period of time to get them through that period, then you've done a fantastic job. So that's our ask, is give 100% to that child for the time that you have them. And if so, then you'll be blessed like Carmen and I, where you still have relationships with those children who've been through your doors. I still have relationships with foster children that I had taken in 10 years ago, and it's amazing to see them grow. So it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth your time. It's worth your heart being a little broken, right?
Yeah.
to put that time and effort and love into a child. You can never go wrong.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you for coming in today, sharing your story, sharing the experience, and really recruiting, and hopefully when we get your numbers up to where they need to be, and really making a difference in Polk, Hardy, and Highlands County. So thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Foster caregivers are a special people who open their hearts and homes to children in need of safety, love, and nurturing, while their parents are working towards reunification or until a permanent placement is identified. Every child deserves to live in a safe and loving home, and in order to make this a reality, they need 83 more foster homes who are willing to care for teens, sibling groups, and children with special needs. Now, if you need details on how you can become a foster family or adoption, go to heartlandforchildren.org. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.